Hello, 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 and welcome to a brand new episode of the Uncovering Greatness podcast. As always, I am your co-host, Sully, and today I am joined by Barry Mitchell. Barry Mitchell is the lead trainer at Uncovering Greatness. He is one of the top business and sales development coaches, trainers, teachers in Africa and in the country of South Africa. He travels Africa extensively, has done hundreds of flights this year alone. Hundreds of flights in the past 18 months into Africa.
Not really hundreds.
It is.
Just over 100.
That's hundreds.
In 18 months I've done 104 flights.
Hundreds.
Okay, thanks. Hundreds.
I should
Sound like people in some seminars. How much money do you want?
Hundreds.
Millions. Millions. Billions. I'm like, okay,
Billions.
get real. Anyway, carry on.
How goes it? How goes? You know what the funny thing is? Every single intro, I think people are going to start to realize you don't like taking compliments. How goes it? How are you? Returning from Zim. How was Zim?
I am very well, thanks, Sully. Nice to see you today.
Shucks.
I came back from Zim yesterday. It was great. We had a 2-day sales explosion program. 24 people in the room. Last event of the year outside of South Africa. It was really good. And then I got to spend a day with the management team of one of my key clients in Zim, Tiger Wheel and Tiger Zim. Spent a day teaching them leadership and management, and it was really good. It's really good. So,
really traveling into Africa.
Nice. I'm looking forward to our topic today, Chum.
Yes. So it's been an interesting week. Did some research. It's kind of become my new thing for all the episodes of the podcast. I do some research and I'll bring it back and I'll ask you what is up.
Well, someone between us has to do research because I ain't gonna do anything.
You're not gonna do the research at all. So one of the what I want to start with today is so it's an article that I found in the Business Day, and they are talking about the difficulties of starting a business in South Africa and keeping a business running. Yeah. Do you think it's difficult to start a business in South Africa?
Do I think it's difficult to start a business in South Africa? That's a great question. I suppose the context is, what does it mean to start a business?
There we go.
If what people mean to start a business is I have big plush offices, I have cars, I have delivery vehicles, I have a whole lot of finance that's going to get me started so that I can, have a factory. Yeah, that is difficult, but I think it's difficult in any economy. Why would anyone just lend you money? Why would anyone just create the platform for you to have a business when you have no experience? So in the context of, people say, hey, but I want to build this manufacturing business. Great. Yeah, but I can't get funding and Okay, good. Well, start smaller. No, but that's what I want. What you want and what you can have and what you need to build to get what you want are two different things. So, in essence, to start a business in this country, it's very easy. There's not a lot of red tape. You can register a business. There's not a lot of red tape, and you can start a business.
Yeah.
You can start. You can buy some products, import some products, hook up with someone else to get products and services, and get out and sell, and you have a business. And no one's going to come and knock at your door and say, hey dude, you registered to be a bottle sales business and now you're selling cell phones. You can't do that. Whereas in other countries, for example, Australia, you register a business and you have to be very clear on what that business is. And you go out and you have to do that business. You can't just go off. In South Africa, people see look at it over COVID. People had businesses and saw an opportunity to sell masks and do this. They just diversify. So to answer your question, to start a business, no, it's not hard to start a business. Yeah, you get some products, get out and sell. What's hard is knowing how to sell. What's hard is getting out into the market and having to do the hard work it takes to build a business. And that's where I think there's a disconnect, because many people think that to have a business, I have, like I said, I have offices and I have cars and I have all that. Cool. No, that's not a business. A business is so what's the business? if you take our definition of a business, when you look at a business is a legal entity that provides products, services, knowledge, skill, and or time in exchange for money. So in exchange for money, it doesn't say a business is something where a bank gives you money. A business is something where you have R1 million sitting in the account or $1 million sitting in the account. That's what it says. A business is a legal entity that provides a product, a service, knowledge, skill, and or time in exchange for money.
Yeah.
And there's the thing. You have to go out and find and set up and create product services, or sell your time, or sell your knowledge, or sell your skills in return for money. So a lot of people are sitting around saying, I want a business. Well, get a business. No, what they actually mean is, I want someone to give me money.
Yes.
So that when I have money, I have a business. Because when I have money, then I can get my car and my flashy suit and my business card, and then I can show everyone I'm a business owner. Cuck, when you're in debt.
So I mean, one thing and it seems to be a topic or discussion that comes up a lot, especially in the South African economy and South African market, is we talk a lot about entrepreneur and entrepreneurial development. And what is the difference from your perspective between an entrepreneur and a business owner? Because I feel like I have a definition of that in my head. But what's yours?
I mean, my take on this whole thing is that I think the word entrepreneur is so overused now. It's that every single person that has a business is an entrepreneur. Well, to a little degree they are, but my take is that real entrepreneurs are visionaries. Real entrepreneurs are people that see something that's need to be created, or see an opportunity that, if you want the word, can be exploited, or see a product or a service that will add value to the world. And they go out and they create it. They're visionaries, and they do what's required to do it. And then they set a platform that creates the opportunity for other businesses. So Ray Kroc, McDonald's, was an entrepreneur. The McDonald's owners that bought his franchises, I would call them business owners. Because he was the visionary. He's the guy that set up, saw the systems, saw how to put it all together, and then went, okay, Sully, you now run this. So now you're a business owner. In fact, in a franchise, you actually don't want too much visionary type of skill, because you want people to follow the system. So what often happens? So if you look at businesses, people look around and go, hey, Sully has a great business selling bottles. Well, I'm going to go and sell bottles. Well, I become a business owner. I find out how to buy bottles. I run my business. I'm in my true sense of the word. I'm not really an entrepreneur then, because I'm just copying what you're doing, going out, selling it, and making some money. And I go to my description of a business is a legal entity that provides a product in exchange for money.
Yeah.
And I do that. Whereas an entrepreneur is someone that goes, where do I see something that can create a real difference in the world, in my community, in the economy, in my, I don't know, province, wherever you operate. And they go out and they create, one of my mentors, a guy called Kelly Ritchie, used to say to me, Barry, entrepreneurs are people who create something from nothing. Okay, so if you take that, they create something from nothing. So they don't wait for a bank to give them money to start a business. They create something from nothing. They go, there's nothing here, I have an idea. How am I going to make this work? And they go through the hard yards of making it work. Getting it going, testing it, failing, making mistakes, getting it started, but they can see where they're going. And in time, they create something, they build a business, and they allow other people to build businesses off their businesses. So if you look at that, look at the entrepreneurs, Richard Branson. I mean, how many other businesses have come off from that one, spawned from what Richard Branson has done, and those become business owners. They become business owners. They're not, and for me, that's sort of my take, is that real entrepreneurs are visionaries. And in work, a lot of work that I do around a book called Traction by a guy called Gino Wickman, and I love what he says. And he says he believes that less than 5% of the world are true visionaries. Okay. And he says real visionaries, the true visionaries, probably account for 2/3 of the jobs in the world. And what does that mean? It's exactly that thing, is they can see something, they create something, and everything spawns off that.
Yeah.
And when it comes off that, there are businesses that created, that business owners run. But without that visionary, those businesses wouldn't be there. Because those business owners wouldn't have had the vision to see that. Does that make sense?
100%. I mean, which is crazy that you said, like, when, in terms of what Gino Whitman said, 2/3 create jobs.
No. Right. Of those less than 5% of the world being visionaries, they create 2/3 of the world's jobs. Yeah.
But yet people expect governments to create jobs, which is the... How do you change that, like that mentality?
Governments don't create jobs. The job of a government is to create an environment that allows entrepreneurs and business owners to succeed safely so that they can create jobs. You want an environment that allows people that... But what's the job of a government? Create a safe environment that investors can come in. Create an environment where people can use their money. Create an environment where if you make money, it's not going to be taken away from you because someone's going to pass a law and you lose your money or lose your business or lose your house or lose your farm or whatever it might be. So for me, that's the job of a government, is create an environment, then attract entrepreneurs to come in and see things that can add value to the country. And out of that, you'll create businesses. And out of those businesses, you'll create jobs. That's the way. That's how I see it.
So
that's the job of a government.
So
what are governments now about creating jobs?
so would it be similar to like Elon Musk meeting with Cyril Ramaphosa to talk about Starlink and bringing Starlink to South Africa?
Yeah.
Create the environment for him as an entrepreneur to be able to do what he does. As
100%. I mean, or create the environment where Musk actually says, you know, would it be worth opening up a manufacturing facility for Starlink for Africa? Now Musk can see an opportunity, and this is not happening, but I'm just saying, if that hypothetically, if that was it, and then he would come in, negotiate with the government, who would create an environment that gives a benefit to Musk. There must be a benefit to Musk. For example, 5-year tax-free returns or something. Because that's only fair. That becomes fair. Musk would then come in, bring his money, not the government's money, bring his money, put his money into the country, create a base where suddenly, let's say, there's 1,000 jobs created. Now the government's creating jobs, but the government doesn't know how to go. You tell me how many politicians know how to go and build a factory. But does that make sense? But that's not their job. They're not that, and why would we expect them to do that? So what happens is he comes in, he now builds that factory. Then the job of the government is to make sure that it is conducive for that factory to stay there. So if you take it back into the States, Musk was in California.
Yes.
SpaceX. I think it was. Was it
Texas?
Was it? Or was it? So he was in California.
Yeah.
And I think he moved to Texas or he moved to Florida.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it was one of the,
because Gavin Newsom, the governor of California, wanted to tax the crap out of big companies. So Musk just went, okay, well, if you're not going to create an environment that's conducive to me getting a return, stuff you, I'll move. So governments think, well, the reality is there's, I don't know, how many countries in the world, 165 or whatever it is, I don't know, something like that. Well, you got a choice. Hey, who can I negotiate with that'll give me the best possible deal to use my money to go there? I don't need to come to your country.
Yeah.
You actually need me to come to your country so that I can help you create a better environment, create jobs. That's ultimately what entrepreneurs do. And then out of that come the jobs and the businesses and all those type of things. And for me, that's what a government should be doing. They should be creating that environment that allows business owners to grow, that allows entrepreneurs to come in and invest. You know, if you tax the crap out of small business owners, well, they can't survive. So like, you know, we talk about this thing about, you know, is it hard to start a business? Well, reality is, if government said, okay, for all new businesses that start, for all new businesses that start up, that are registered, that have proper financials, that submit their tax returns, you can have a 2-year tax-free thing to grow your business. Now you're going, okay, why? Because suddenly those people, as long as it's used for, and there's specific things to use it for. So now, instead of paying, tax to the government or doing something like that, now you go, okay, well, my money's going to come back to grow my business. Now the question is, are people knowledgeable enough to grow their business, or are they just going to eat it and you'll collapse? But the reality is those people that see the opportunity. So that's for me how governments could create the opportunity for growth, and that's their job. In every seminar I say, in the rules, one of the rules I give is barriers to government.
Yep.
And people look at me and then I ask the question, what does the government do? And everyone goes, government rules, government commands, government taxes, government takes our money, government corrupts, so all the things. And I said, no, I didn't ask what do most governments do. I said, what's the job of a government? And they go, and I said, for me, in simple terms, the job of a government is to create an environment where people who are within that environment can succeed safely, not easily, but safely. So when you come in and you do the hard things that's required to do it, your investment is safe, your business is safe, your environment's safe, nothing's going to go wrong.
Yeah, I think that's such an important, your investments are safe, right? I don't want to now all of a sudden be getting taxed excessively because I'm a billionaire entrepreneur, and that's what the world is trying to do to billionaires now. Tax the billionaires.
Well, who are the guys that create jobs?
100%.
How many jobs has Bezos created in the world?
So many. I mean,
well, let me take it. We'll go back to America. How many jobs has freaking Kamala Harris created in the world?
None.
Well, my guess would be nothing.
Yeah.
Where have they created jobs?
They haven't.
You take a guy like Bezos. What is he? He has created hundreds of thousands of freaking jobs. Well, Bezos is the job creator.
Yeah.
Kamala Harris is in government. Their job is to create the environment conducive. But what happens is you get a billionaire and then they say, oh, there's a source of money. Let's take the money from that oak. No, let's help that guy create more jobs. So instead of taking the money from that guy to try and give it to people that don't have money, help that guy create more jobs so those people that don't have money can come and work, do an honest day's living and earn money. And now your economy starts flourishing. What happens is in South Africa, for example, if we don't do that, well, then people that don't have jobs are like, we need grants. Okay, well, where are the grants going to come from? They come from the businesses. They come from the businesses that are making profit, creating jobs.
Yeah.
So now they increase tax levels, or they increase levies, or whatever it might be, to get money from taxes to pay people that don't have. And then what happens is those businesses start struggling, that those businesses collapse. Now there's other people out of a job. Well, where's the government going to get the money from?
Yeah.
Because now, so for me, that's what should happen. But this whole thing about tax it's become a simple flipping way for legislators to get their hands on more money.
It's all political. I mean, if you look at, I think it was like last year or 2 years ago with, I can't remember which states it was, where Amazon was going to build new fulfillment centers and factories and all of that.
Western Cape, I think.
I think so. And they were going to hit him with a massive tax bill. And he said, okay, cool, then I'm not going to do it. And I was like, how many jobs and I think they were saying there was about 30,000 jobs that would have been created just from that. And by them wanting to tax him as much as they did and him pulling out, 30,000 jobs were not created.
So he comes in, he creates, let's say, 30,000 jobs. Those 30,000 jobs start earning money. Those people start taking that money, they put it back into the economy. Where do they buy? They buy from other businesses that are growing. So that entrepreneur creates 30,000 jobs, which supports those businesses. But those 30,000, that entrepreneur also creates the need for deliveries and delivery companies and courier companies and other people that can now start a business off the vision of that particular entrepreneur. So suddenly you have 30,000 people that have money, that didn't have money, that's now coming back into an economy, that's now creating growth. Well, that for me is the way it works. That's the simple model on how it works. But everything else comes in. So go back to your question: is it easy to start a business in South Africa? Yes. But easy might not be the right word, silly. It's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple to start a business because there's not a lot of red tape compared to many other countries. And you can start your business and find something to sell and get selling and get going, and your business starts. It's not hard. I mean, I've over the years started a couple of businesses. It wasn't hard. One of our businesses that we have as you know, a deboned flat chicken business.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard. Partnered with a mate of mine. We said, let's do it. We registered the business, legal entity, and we started a business. And we have flat deboned chickens. And we start selling flat deboned chickens. That's it. There's the business.
Yeah. The business is sorted. It's done.
But I think where people say it's not easy is because people have this expectation I need to get money.
Okay.
I have a business if you give me money. No, you have a business when you find something to sell, you get out and sell it, and you turn that product into money, and you turn that money into more product, and you turn that product into more money, and that's how you grow until you have enough cash flow that allows you to be able to go to the bank because you become a solid. Your risk profile goes down, and then the bank says, okay, now we can lend you money because because there's less risk.
Yeah.
So they'll give you money. And now, but you have a platform. If you go into any of those Dragons Dens or Shark Tank or anything from there, there's one question. Well, there's a couple of questions, but one key question that often comes up is how much of your own money have you put in this? And as soon as someone says, oh well, no, I just have the idea, I haven't started yet. Gone. The second question is how much of these have you sold? Oh no, I haven't sold anything yet. But if you haven't sold anything, don't even come to us yet.
Yeah.
And that's people are sitting around saying, I want a business. Good, well, start a business. We did in the years that we've been doing Uncovering Greatness, we've run a number of entrepreneurial programs. And when the entrepreneurs come onto the first of the program, it's astounding how many people say, like one of them that we ran, we asked people that came on the program, what business do you have? No, I don't have a business, but you tell me what you want and I'll start a business. No, that's not how it works, dude. No, but you tell me if you want me to supply bottles, then I'll start a bottle business. No, it's not how it works. Go start a bottle business, then come here and say, I have a bottle business, and conduct business in the way that business should be conducted, which means I have a bottle, it's the bottle you're looking for, it's going to add value to you. Don't just come and say, no, you must support me because I want you to support me because I want a business. That's not how it works, and it's not how economics runs. So I think it's this. It's like money. People want to have money. They don't want to make money.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times people want to have a business. They don't want to build and make a business. You build a business. You build a business from nothing. That's why I love Kelly Ritchie's definition to me on an entrepreneur. Someone who creates something from nothing. That's a real entrepreneur.
So one of the major banks in South Africa, I don't know, I think they are global, I don't know. But one of the major banks in South Africa, I'm not going to mention their name because then they're going to have to reply and we're going to go through all of that. They basically are now starting, and they've started to roll out sort of an entrepreneurial program to help upstart entrepreneurs.
Yeah, great, so they can sell their banking products.
And there's expert-led sessions will tackle critical challenges through foundational knowledge, equip entrepreneurs with essential business skills and financial literacy to start strong.
Great. Trained by who? No, but that's my question. Who's going to train them? I mean, I can remember years ago, I sat down, I met a person from one of the major banks, and they said to me, yeah, I head up entrepreneurship. I said, great. How many businesses have you run? No, I haven't run any businesses. So I said, so you've never started a business, you've never run your own business, but you head up entrepreneurship. How can you do that? Oh no, I've got an MBA in entrepreneurship. Okay, great. So you're a theoretical teacher. You don't know how to raise capital. You've never raised capital. You've never had to put your friggin' bond your house. You've never had to go to the depths of friggin' despair to try push through. Well. So and I'm not saying that this program is that, but that for me is what I see in too many of these programs. Is they and I'll put it in simple terms, theoretical bullshit, and it becomes theory and it's like and it's not reality. It's like, dude, sit down. Like, we're starting a program in January for as you know, when I say we, you and me and Uncovering Greatness, where we are going to take a couple of and younger people in their from 20 to 30.
Yeah.
And we're going to help them in 12 months build a business from nothing. From nothing, naught.
Zero.
We're going to teach them in 12 months how to build a business, how to find a product, how to take that product, how to borrow a little bit of money, whatever they can afford to borrow, not millions, whatever they can afford to borrow, to go out, turn that money, turn it into product, and in that process, one, teach them how to sell, teach them how to acquire. Once they can start selling, they can start generating income. Then teach them how to manage the money that they have. So a percentage of that money goes back into product. That product creates more income. That's how they'll build a business. Within 12 months, they'll have a business that is now making consistent money, paying them a bit every single month, and then they can start advancing. So we're going to run that. But that for me will be very practical. It's not people sitting in a classroom getting the base foundations of what? You don't need to sit in a classroom to get the base foundations. You can go on Google and ask for financial literacy lessons. You can come on Uncovering Greatness, go onto our YouTube. There's enough foundational lessons. It's taking people and teaching people the mindset of when it's not working, how to push through that stuff. What needs to be done? What are the things that you can do? It's not working. How do you change that? Where do you go? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the core of being and building a business. It's teaching people who are big. Is it important to have that information? Financial literacy, good baseline? Of course it is. But there are very many smart people that can tell you everything about a business and couldn't build a business that would bit them on the ass. They couldn't, because they don't have the mindset, don't have the guts. And the first time it collapses, they'd be back getting a job.
This is true.
So
I mean, from your perspective, why did you decide to do this? Because the funny part is, this is like always. This is 4 years in the making almost, right? 4 to 5 years in the making. You've had this idea for a while.
yeah, why did I decide to do this program? Because I want to go back to what you said. I want to teach people how simple it is to get a business going. Not become a millionaire in 12 months. Not become a millionaire in 3 weeks. Not go to the bank and say, loan me a million rand, and now I have a million. No, you don't. You're a million rand in debt. Okay, now what happens is that person goes and buys a nice car, nice offices, nice suits, nice shit, spend their million rand, and then go, oh cuck, I don't have a business. Now I'm in debt. Now the bank comes back and says, where's my million rand? But it's not my fault. No, it is your fault, because you went and bought shit for nothing that you didn't need, because you want to pretend to be a businessman. Or that's the perception of what a businessman is. No, get that million rand, take it, turn it into a product or a service, sell the product or service, get the money back, repay it, do what you have to do, work through that and build it. And so this whole concept of starting a business, and not a side deal, or not something on the side while I run my job, because the people we're working with won't have a job, and if they want to do the program, then they must quit their job.
Okay.
Because then it becomes a great word is side hustle, and that's what it is. It becomes a side deal to make some money to substitute my expenses, and so for me it's no. If you want to get in, start a business, and if that's your business, and on day one you don't have an income, well, you're going to get out and you're going to sell. If you don't, you're going to die. When I mean die, you're going to go back and find a job, because you can't stick it out. So it's this process of, I'm going to get out there, I'm going to find a product, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to sell and build my business. So for example, I don't know, sell bottles.
Yeah.
So you're going to become a bottle sales business, and if these bottles are $50 a bottle, for example, and they cost me $30 a bottle, well, guess what? If I want to sell 1,000 bottles a month, well, that's not. I want to sell 100 bottles. I want to start off with 100 bottles, which means it's $30. I need $3,000. Okay. So in simplicity, what we're going to teach people is go find $3,000. I don't have it. Good. Well, go find it. Go borrow it from someone, and sign an agreement that I'll borrow $3,000 and I'll pay it back over this period of time at this interest. Go get your $3,000. Go buy 100 bottles. Go out, sell 100 bottles. Okay. Once you've sold 100 bottles, and let's say you're selling it for ease of my maths, you buy it for 30, sell it for 60.
Yeah.
So now you've made $6,000. Take $3,000, go buy another 100 bottles. Now you have $3,000. Pay the loan, go turn that $3,000 into another $6,000. Now you have $6,000. Pay off your loan. Now you have zero debt in the deal. Now take the $6,000. Okay, I need to eat a little bit. Good, well, pay yourself a little bit because that's all you can afford, and go and sell. And over time, that's what we're going to teach people, is now how to go from selling a white bottle to a black bottle to an orange bottle to having different customers taking, and you start off your small business, and that small business becomes over time a medium business, and that medium business starts employing a couple of salespeople and an assistant, and that's how you start a business. and through that we'll teach them the mindset of a business owner. We'll teach them financial skills. We'll teach them financial literacy. We'll teach them business model, how to understand a business model. But the first and most important thing is you've got to find something to sell, get out and sell it, and then you have to manage the money. Does that make sense? Then you have to manage that money, so that the money that you make grows your business. You can't eat the money, because when you eat the money, what are you going to do next week? And then you're going to phone me and say, where's my $3,000? But sorry, but times are tough, Chana.
Yeah.
Times are tough, I can't pay you. Yeah, but how do you mean you can't pay me? Where's the $3,000?
And I mean, just one of the key.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I come and say, and you come to me and say, yeah, but Barry, I bought 50 bottles from you. What did you do with that money?
You don't need to.
And now I'm gone. And now I'm going to tell you that it's impossible to build a business and people are unreasonable. No, because I didn't honor my agreement. Does that make sense? So that's the process that we're going to go through. Teach people in 12 months, build a flipping business. And at the end of it, I don't expect anyone to be doing R1 million a month by the end of the year.
Yeah.
I expect people to have a business that's doing 30, 40, 50, 100,000 Rand a month. 100,000 Rand a month. 100,000 Rand a month at a GP of 40, 50%. They're going to be making 40, 50 grand. Their costs, they're going to have costs. They'll be taking away 15 to 20K. 15 to 20K, young guy, just starting out. Okay, but once he learns how to do that, then he or she, when I say he, but he or she can learn how to expand that process.
I mean, that's the fascinating part, right? Because it doesn't, and I think that's become such a major thing in the world today. Is like everybody thinks you're going to start a business and make millions and trillions of rands. Whereas, and like you said, you can make 15 to 20 grand a month by doing the basics, by doing the simple things. Not the easy things.
When you were 22,
nah, I would have killed for that.
When you were 22, if you had joined that program with me, and I'd have taken you through that, and in month 1, you'd have made 3 grand, and in month 2 made 3 grand, in month 4 made 5 grand, and in month 7 made 10 grand profit in your pocket, and in month 12 made 30, 40 grand. What difference would that have made in your life?
Oh, massive.
But you see, people don't want the 3 or 4 grand.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I want like 30 grand.
That's not enough. I want 30 grand now. I want to start. No.
And it's like you don't even have 2 grand. You don't even have 1,000 rand.
You don't even know how to make $100, but you want 30 grand.
You want it all, but you don't have anything right now. And I think it's gonna be so interesting to watch that, because based off what you're saying, it's not classroom, it's not theoretical. It's more about being in that heat, being in that feeling that pressure of what it is to actually run a business.
So your question was, I think you said, is it easy to build a business in South Africa? No.
Yeah.
It's simple. So what we're going to teach people is the simplicity of building a business, how simple it is. But we're going to teach them it's damn hard. And we're going to teach them how to get through that hard stuff, because that's what we've been teaching and uncovering greatness for 20 years. That's what we do. But so we're going to take it down, and we're going to take people for 12 months and teach them the practicality and measure it, and watch them measure it and watch them grow, and watch them struggle, and help them through their growth and the struggles. And right from the beginning, I'm going to tell them it's not going to be easy. If you're coming on this program and you think it's going to be easy, it's not. It's not going to be easy, because you're going to have to challenge yourself, because there's going to be times when you're going to want to take 5 grand because you should go away, but you know that the right thing is to put that 5 grand back into product. And your buddy's just got new DSTV 72-inch friggin' TV because he's got a job better than yours, and you go, to be lacquer, and he's going, dude, you don't even have lacquer furniture in your house, what's wrong with you? Don't worry, because I know where I'm on. That's the mindset. Because in time,
that's what
I'll be building towards it. So it's not going to be easy. It's going to be simple, because building a business here is way simpler than in many other countries. Many other countries. See, most people want it to be easy, Suli. They want life to be easy. They want to have money. They want to have a business. They want to have wealth. You don't have wealth. You make wealth. You build a business. You make money, but you make money, and it takes time. And so great. I love the fact that particular bank is going to teach foundations. Great. Foundations are important. Great. So then you have foundations and you have information. And what are those people going to do with information? So you need to couple the information, and they may put it into action, but you need to couple that information with action. What's the action that people are going to take? How are they going to take that action? Where are they going to put it? How are you going to measure it? And by the end of the 12 months, can you see a real result? Whether that person has survived or not survived in terms of their business, you will see a real result. And when you go back, you'll be able to measure and say, this is why that business did not survive. This is why that business did survive. Does that make sense?
Yes. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
Yeah, friggin' heck, we're living in amazing times.
Yep.
Amazing times with I think, huge opportunities. Huge opportunities. Are they easy? No. But with the right application, with the right focus, with the right mindset, with the right. Yeah, it is like one of the very first times I ever met Robert Kiyosaki when I started working with him. He stood up in an event that I was at, and he said, "It takes guts to be an entrepreneur. It takes guts to be a business owner, and quite frankly, most people don't have enough guts. And it takes guts to realize those opportunities. It takes guts.
Yeah.
And do you have the guts? Because that's when it becomes hard. And that's it, 100%."
This has been another episode of the Uncovering Greatness podcast. Thank you all for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you guys found value in this. It's been good to see that we've been getting more views on our videos, on our podcast. I've been enjoying that at least. So I'm super excited about that. And yeah, we will see you guys next week for another episode of the Uncovering Greatness podcast. Job.